What if I told you the most controversial vehicle on the road right now isn't just a truck? What if the strange, polarizing love it or hate it machine that Elon Musk drove through a glass wall on stage is quietly being acquired by the most powerful military on Earth? Not for show, not for optics, for actual use. Now look, when most people think of the CyberTruck, they think of one thing: drama. The bulletproof window that shattered live on stage, the memes, the wedge shape that looks like someone designed a truck in Minecraft. People either love it or they think it's a joke. And that reaction, that confusion, that ridicule, that is exactly what makes this story so interesting. Because while the internet was busy making memes, the Pentagon was busy making calls. The US Air Force has officially filed documents to acquire CyberTrucks. The State Department had a $400 million plan, quietly listed, then quietly removed, for armored electric vehicles. And Elon Musk's empire of companies has accumulated over $38 billion in government contracts, with another $11.8 billion already in the pipeline. Oh yeah, the truck everyone laughed at? The government didn't laugh. They bought it. Today, we're going deep on the real story behind the CyberTruck and the US government. First, the armor. Why the exoskeleton design isn't a gimmick. It's military-grade engineering hiding in plain sight. Then, the contracts. What the Pentagon is actually doing with CyberTrucks and why Tesla won't publicly talk about it. And finally, the bigger picture. Why this truck is the first step towards something far more powerful and far more dangerous. Let's get into it. Let's start with the steel, because this is where everything begins. When Elon Musk walked onto that stage in 2019 and threw a steel ball at the CyberTruck window, yes, the window cracked. Everybody laughed, but almost nobody paid attention to what didn't break: the body. The CyberTruck is built from something Tesla calls ultra-hard 30x cold-rolled stainless steel. They gave it a nickname, HFS, which stands for hard freaking stainless. And here's what that material actually does. It is 7 times stronger and more scratch-resistant than conventional automotive steel. It is corrosion-resistant at the level of 316L marine-grade stainless, the same material used in medical devices, naval ships, and deep-sea equipment. And critically, according to Tesla's own technical documentation, it offers impact resistance capable of withstanding, quote, piercing impacts from small arms fire. That's not marketing language. That's a specification sheet. Now here's what makes this structurally different from every other vehicle on the road. Traditional cars are built with a separate frame underneath, and then a body shell placed on top. The body is mostly for looks. The frame takes the structural load. The CyberTruck flipped that completely. It uses what Tesla calls an exoskeleton design. The outer steel body is the structure. There is no separate frame underneath. The shell is the strength, which means the entire exterior skin of this vehicle is functioning as a single continuous piece of load-bearing, impact-resistant armor. On stage, Musk demonstrated this with a sledgehammer. Hit it as hard as you want. The door panel didn't dent. And when they shot it with a Tommy gun and a 9mm pistol on the CyberTruck delivery event, the rounds didn't penetrate. Oh yeah, you've been looking at the CyberTruck wrong this whole time. It's not a truck with armor. It is the armor. So if this thing is essentially a rolling military-grade shell, how long did it take the US government to notice? The answer is, not long at all. And what they're doing with it is genuinely fascinating. Let's talk about what the US government is actually doing with the CyberTruck, because this is where it gets layered. In August 2025, the US Air Force Materiel Command, a division of the Department of Defense, officially filed acquisition documents for Tesla CyberTrucks. And the reason? Battlefield training. Specifically, they want to use CyberTrucks as target vehicles to practice missile strikes and combat scenarios. Now that might sound strange at first. Why would you buy expensive trucks just to blow them up? Here's the answer buried in their own filing. Enemies may likely transition to using vehicles like CyberTrucks, which are more resistant to certain types of damage. Read that again. The US military is wargaming against the CyberTruck because they believe enemy forces will start using vehicles built like this. The Pentagon isn't just buying a truck. They are studying a new class of battlefield vehicle. But the Air Force story is just one layer. In early 2025, a State Department procurement document surfaced listing a $400 million contract for armored electric vehicles. Tesla's name was on that list, right next to BMW's armored X5 and X7. Then within days of it becoming public, Tesla's name was quietly removed. The State Department confirmed the contract was put on hold. No official reason given. And Tesla didn't respond to press requests. Now, why would Tesla's name get pulled the moment journalists started looking? 2 words: Political optics. Elon Musk, by 2025, had become one of the most politically divisive figures in America. His involvement with the Department of Government Efficiency DOGE made him a lightning rod. A massive government contract for his truck, publicly announced, would have triggered an absolute media firestorm. The accusations of self-dealing, the conflict of interest headlines, the congressional hearings. So the contract goes quiet. Tesla says nothing. The government says nothing. And somewhere in a procurement database, a line item simply disappears. Oh yeah, the deal didn't die. It just went underground. But here's the thing, individual truck contracts are almost irrelevant when you look at the full picture of what Musk's relationship with the US government actually looks like. Because the CyberTruck is just the visible tip of something much, much larger. Let's zoom out and look at the numbers, because the scale of this is genuinely staggering. According to a Washington Post analysis, Elon Musk and his companies have received at least $38 billion in government contracts, loans, subsidies, and tax credits since 2003. $38 billion. And that figure doesn't include classified deals. There is another $11.8 billion already incoming from 52 active contracts. SpaceX alone holds $22 billion in Pentagon and NASA contracts. The Department of Defense signed a Starlink agreement with a potential value of $1 billion. In July 2025, xAI, Musk's artificial intelligence company, received a $200 million Pentagon contract to embed AI into national security operations. They literally called the product Grok for government. So here's the full picture. SpaceX launches military satellites. Starlink provides battlefield communications. xAI runs national security AI. And the CyberTruck, with its exoskeleton armor and electric drivetrain, sits at the center of the next evolution, the autonomous military vehicle. Think about where this goes. An electric drivetrain means near-silent operation. No engine noise on approach. An exoskeleton means resistance to small arms fire without added armor weight. Full self-driving capability already in development means no human driver needed in a combat zone. Starlink connectivity means the vehicle can be operated remotely from anywhere on Earth. And xAI's systems can make decisions faster than any human soldier. Put all of that together. What you have isn't a truck anymore. What you have is the foundation of an autonomous military vehicle platform. And Elon Musk's companies own every single layer of it. The rockets that put the satellites up, the satellites that carry the signal, the AI that makes the decisions, and the vehicle on the ground that executes them. Oh yeah, this wasn't accidental. So where does this leave us? Is the CyberTruck a consumer truck that happens to be tough? Or is it a military platform hiding in a commercial wrapper? The answer might be both. And that's what makes the final piece of this story so important. Here is the honest reality of what we're watching unfold. The CyberTruck was never just a truck for the average consumer. It was a proof of concept. Musk didn't build the exoskeleton because it looks cool, although it does. He built it because stainless steel monocoque construction is cheaper to manufacture at scale, requires no paint, resists corrosion, and provides structural protection that conventional automotive steel simply cannot. Every single one of those properties matters enormously in a military context, and the government knows it. The Air Force wants to understand how to destroy vehicles built like this. The State Department wanted to protect diplomats in vehicles built like this. And quietly, behind procurement documents and removed contract listings, the machine is already moving. Tesla won't talk about it because Musk's political position makes every government deal a PR minefield. The government won't talk about it because some of these arrangements are classified. And the public doesn't talk about it because they're still arguing about the window that broke on stage in 2019. But here's what I want you to take away from this story. The most disruptive technologies in history never announced themselves clearly. The internet looked like a toy. The smartphone looked like an expensive phone. And the CyberTruck? It looked like a meme. Until the most powerful military on Earth started filing paperwork for it. The CyberTruck isn't the future of trucks. It might be the future of warfare. And that is a sentence I genuinely didn't expect to type. So do you think the CyberTruck is a legitimate military platform, or is this all just government money following political connections? Drop it in the comments. That debate is going to be a good one. If you want the stories the car industry doesn't want you connecting, hit subscribe. Until next time, keep watching closely, because the most important things are always happening quietly. I'll see you in the next one.